As you know, late night comedy ended in 2016 when Donald Trump beat Hillary Clinton in the election, and it never really returned. Instead, the once great American institutions changed their format to cringe.
Vaccine!
No wonder Greg Gutfeld's new show on Fox News is #1 in late night. And no disrespect to Greg, who gave me a shout out last month, but there's not much competition these days. The liberal supposed news networks aren't doing any better. In fact, CNN can't even get 1 million viewers on a show. They're averaging about 800,000. That might seem like a lot, but I average about 250,000 viewers on my YouTube videos, and I'm just a guy in my kitchen on a laptop. And that's with YouTube's algorithm suppressing my content for the last 4 years, not allowing my videos to show up in users' homepage, or the recommended section, or the up next section, or the trending section, or sending out notifications. So I would say I'm still not doing too bad. But with such quality programming on CNN these days, it's hard to believe why nobody's tuning into the brand name networks anymore.
I love you, brother.
I'll
see you soon.
I'll see you. I'll see you this weekend, as a matter of fact. Have a good one. I'll see you. I love you as well. I was calling you. I'm like, you okay? What's going on with you? You know I love you. Give me a call.
And I was like, who's this? I love you, Don.
I love you too. I'll see you soon.
I love you, Don.
I love you as well. Talk to you later. Can we tell people what we did for Juneteenth?
Yes.
Remember that I danced with you on Juneteenth. I thought that was funny. I thought you would laugh. You
I thought it was beautiful. I loved being with you. I love you, D. Lemon.
Love you more.
They might as well just change their name to GNN, the Gay News Network. And Brian Stelter is upset that NBC didn't mention January 6th for a whole week.
There is a gathering storm. Most of us can feel it in the air, but is it being reflected on the air? What happened on January 6th was not a passing storm in American politics. The peril remains. Donald Trump's attempt at a coup was not the end of the story. He is still trying to steal the election and by claiming it should be decertified, and he's already clearly planning to run again. He held a rally last night. So what does that tell us about 2024? It tells us that there is a gathering storm. The only NBC program to mention the Trump coup this week was Late Night with Seth Meyers. And Seth clearly covered it well, but the newscasts did not cover it. Look, I get that there's a lot going on, but a slide towards autocracy should merit some airtime.
I'm not joking when I say that CNN complains about January 6th every single show at least once an hour, every single day, every single week for the last 9 months, and they will continue to do so until after the 2024 election. Mark my words. Little Brian also interviewed the CEO of Substack, which is sort of a subscription newsletter service where people can pay a few dollars a month to subscribe to a journalist's newsletter and support their work that way. Of course, the liberal media industrial complex is upset about this because, well, people are writing about things that they want censored. But thankfully, the CEO stood up against Little Brian's not-so-subtle request for censorship.
When do you decide that COVID misinformation or malinformation is not acceptable on your platform? Where's that line?
Yeah. I think the way that we see this is that having an information ecosystem where we can discuss things and hear different sides and have people argue about things, even when the people are wrong, and maybe especially when the people are wrong, and especially when the people are questioning kind of like conventional wisdom and government policy, all of that stuff is really important. And it's important not just for things that we like and agree with. It's kind of important to have a space where readers feel like they can read the things they want to read, and writers feel like they can write about the things they want to write, even if it's wrong, basically. And part of the reason that we can have a society where we know there are things we can trust is because dissent is allowed, and because discussion, the discussion of unpopular things is not suppressed. And we just think that that's like an important principle for anybody.
By the way, if you want to support my work here on YouTube, you can click the thanks button and tip me with what's called a super thanks, which is sort of like a super chat in a live stream, but it's a comment on a regular video. The only thing that the legacy media is really good for these days is providing us YouTubers with clips that we can use to show the American people what disgusting liars they are and what hypocrites they are, and that old Joe belongs in a nursing home.
General Milley, it's your testimony that you recommended 2,500 troops approximately stay in Afghanistan?
Yes, my assessment was back in the fall of 20, and it remained consistent throughout, that we should keep a steady state of 2,500, and it could bounce up to 3,500 maybe, or something like that.
General McKenzie, do you share that assessment?
Senator, I do share that assessment. I recommended that we maintain 2,500 troops in Afghanistan.
So no one told, your military advisors did not tell you, no, we should just keep 2,500 troops. It's been a stable situation for the last several years. We can do that. We can continue to do that.
No, no one said that to me that I can recall.
President Biden last month in an interview with George Stephanopoulos said that no military leader advised him to leave a small troop presence in Afghanistan. Did these officer and General Miller's recommendations get to the president personally?
Their input was received by the president and considered by the president, for sure.
There's a couple good people in conservative media. Tucker Carlson hasn't let us down, and I don't think he ever will. In fact, he's taken off the gloves recently and is talking about things that would get almost anybody else canceled, literally fired. Except, I think Fox News keeps him on the air just because he's a huge draw to get subscribers to Fox Nation. The left organizes boycotts against every one of his sponsors because, well, he says things like this.
An unrelenting stream of immigration. But why? Well, Joe Biden just said it. To change the racial mix of the country. That's the reason. To reduce the political power of people whose ancestors lived here and dramatically increase the proportion of Americans newly arrived from the third world. In political terms, this policy is called the Great Replacement, the replacement of legacy Americans with more obedient people from faraway countries.
Until Tucker said that last week, nobody in conservative brand name media dared mention that out loud. No Republican member of Congress would dare say it, would even hint at it. But the day after Tucker said that, he went there. Charlie Kirk said this.
We're going to talk about how the other side has openly admitted that this is about bringing in voters that they want and they like, and honestly diminishing and decreasing white demographics in America. We're going to say that part out loud because so many people in the corporate media are afraid to talk about it.
Times they are a-changin', but unfortunately the Democrat-run cities and states are literally looking like something out of a zombie apocalypse. And if you want to help spread the word and support my channel, get yourself my Beware of Democrats shirt in time for Halloween. So get it from markdice.com, and like all of my designs, it is available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check it out.